Wagwan sports fans, I am Rush and welcome back to Player Radar. Again, people, Player Radar is a weekly series on this or that sports TV where we give an update on our reggae boys and their performances in their respective domestic leagues. You see me, sometimes the player them out there and them a do the thing in the world, and because them not get a call up, we not really understand how well them a perform or who deserves to get a call up or even the mainstays in the team. Sometimes we get disconnected from their club play. You see me, so this is a show that is dedicated to giving the fans of this other sports TV and the reggae boys an update, a weekly update, and you know how the players are performing. Them score, them get dropped from the team, stuff like that. But seeing that this is the second episode, and in the first episode I just gave an update on some players that were in the transfer market are having some really good performances in their league overall. I'm going to do the same for the second episode. But this one will be more geared towards players that haven't necessarily represented the national team yet or haven't represented the national team in a while. So those are the players that I will be mentioning today. And yeah, let's get right into it. The first player that I'm going to talk about on this episode of Player Radar is Junior Flemings. People, what is going on with Junior Flemings? Where is Junior Flemings? Anybody know? Please tell me. Now, how I'm going to do most of these shows is just to use the resources that we have at hand. We're gonna go up on the internet, we're gonna find out what go on. Obviously, we do some research prior, but we still go through my paces during the show. So let's pull it up and see what is going on for Junior Flemings. Where is he? Which league? How my performance so far? What's going on? All right, people. So let's go. So Junior Flemings. So, as you know, people, Junior Flemings is 29 years old. Obviously represented the national team many a times, that have had some good performances for the national team, so we can go around that. Have 26 caps with the national team so far. But Junior Flemings right now is currently in the UAE Pro League, people. He's at a team called Ajman in the UAE Pro League. That's the United Arab Emirates Pro League. They're about middle of the pack at the moment. They're not necessarily lighting it up in the league, but they're not the worst team in the league either. So in terms of his transfer record, because people, Junior Flemings have been off our radar for a while, I'm just going to go over the last couple of moves. We'll say Junior Flemings leave the USL in Birmingham. Come remember, people, Junior Flemings is no joke, Remember when Junior Flemings there USL man? We are talking about star up USL now. We are talking about leading goal scorer and that, We are talking about the best player or one of the best players in the USL, So that earned him a move to Toulouse in League On. It was a £500,000 move. Struggled to get game time there. Played some games with the second team. Struggled to break into the Premier Team, people. Then he got a loan to Chamois. Didn't quite work out. Then he came back to Toulouse. Still not work out. Then him go on 2 more loan. Now work out, people. So what happened is that his contract expired in 2024, the summer of 2024, and then he signed with Ajman. Again, that's a team in the UAE Pro League. And for people that know what the UAE, we are talking about them that's down in the Middle East kinda. We are talking about Dubai, Abu Dhabi, them place there. And what I'm gonna do is actually I go up on the league rankings for see how good the league is, and maybe if Junior Flemings are light it up, we can say, oh, Junior Flemings deserve a call up, blah blah blah. So what was saying that the United Arab Emirates, so he's in the Pro League. It's currently ranked 68th in the world. That's not great. Isn't it? Like everything ranked above that. League One, all of them. But I guess is still a better league than the USL. USL is currently ranked 72 in the world. So not necessarily a great league, sitting at 6th, but is the best league in UAE for sure. Obviously not the best league in that side of the world, with a then start talking about the Saudi Pro League or whatever. But just as a reference point, most people know League One is currently sitting at 53 in terms of the ranking, and that UAE Pro League is at 60th. So not necessarily the greatest league, not necessarily a good league, but he's down there, and make us see how well Junior Flemings are do in the UAE Pro League. So this season, 2024-25 season, Junior Flemings has played 13 games so far. He started 12 games, and of those 13 game weeks that he played, Junior Flemings has made 3 teams at team of the weeks. You see me? Down there in the UAE Pro League, so not bad at all. Attacking wise, Junior Flemings has scored 7 goals for his team. Not bad at all. You see me? 0.5 goals per game. Not bad. I tell you the truth, that's not bad for Junior Flemings. Obviously doing well down there in the UAE. can't necessarily say this warrant him a call up. I don't think this league is good enough. And even if he's in this league, if he was being the leading goal scorer or just the best player in the league, then that's alright. But he's not necessarily a great league, people. And while I still think Junior Flemings can come in and do a shift for Jamaica. Now, if he get called up from in performance in the league, I won't be mad. I just don't think based on his call up, I would be calling for Junior Flemings to get a call up. So that's it. That's the first player on the radar so far. It's Junior Flemings. And people, again, I don't want to get it mistaken. Junior Flemings is no joke when it comes to representing the reggae boys. Junior Flemings has played a lot of football for Jamaica. Junior Flemings has won a lot of games for Jamaica. And we just want to keep him on the radar a little bit. I feel like this is the last cycle or window that Junior Flemings has an opportunity to make it into the team. After this World Cup cycle, I don't think Junior Flemings have a chance. He's currently 29 years old. You see me? And in the attacking part of the pitch, that is not where we're lacking. You see me? So it's definitely hard for him to break into the team right now, and it will become harder, as each window come by. So that is it for Junior Flemings. Down there in UAE, he scored 7 goals out of 13 games. He started 12 of those games. Hasn't registered an assist yet, but doing really well down there. His team is currently sitting 9th place out of 14 teams, I think. Let me double check that. I don't want to chat foolish these people, but as I said, I do look at research before we did start the video. So let me just double check for make sure. Seminar check na foolishness. I know that way there. So Ajman, I think there are 14 teams in the league, and this team is currently 14th, currently 9th. Data what I think, but me I gotta double check and make us see what for go on. Use me. Alright, so the UAE Pro League. Yeah, this team, people, this is something I know me I talk about. This team is currently 9th and 19 points. First place is on 41 points. So let's see what I'm going right there. So of 14 teams. So as I said, middle of the pack team, nothing special from Junior Flemings team at the moment. So that my people. Easy. Alright, so the next player that pops up on the radar this week is one that I'm excited to talk about. One that I think has a lot of promise. Again, can't necessarily say that he should or shouldn't be in the team. It's just one of those that if you get a call up at the moment, I wouldn't be mad at it, and I would definitely want to take a look at this player. And the player I'm talking about is Shakan Satchell, people. Stand out in the Manning Cup and got to move directly out of Manning Cup to Slovenia. You see me? So he's currently still playing in Slovenia. Obviously, I'm going to pull up the stats and make sure we know what going on with Shakan Satchell. But he's doing well down there in the second division of Slovenia. But just to recap a little bit, he was a standout in that year that where Dejan Richards ran away with it, and because of Dejan Richards moved straight to Chelsea, obviously his move went under the radar, even though we're here on player radar. Yeah, so Shakan Satchell down there doing well. I'm gonna pull up the stats and make sure we know what going on again. We gotta do this for every player, people. Because I don't think there's some make up things to get views. You did it. Shakan Satchell. I honestly don't know how to spell for him Shakan. I don't say it weird. So what am I doing now? Jaja. I will let me can't spell, so we're going. So I got the Shock, then Satchwell. I know if I spell Satch. See it there? See it there? See it there? Alright. So Shakan Satchwell is, I think he's 20 years old right now, if I'm not mistaken. That's right, Shakan Satchell, 20 years old. He's down there in Slovenia, in the second division of Slovenia. His team was in the first division, but he got relegated to the second. They got relegated to the second division last year. Let's just take a recap a little bit and see how he performed last year in the 2023-24 season. Shakan Satchell didn't play much. We know that already, but we still have to look on it. So Shakan Satchell played 18 games. He only started 2 of those games, and he played 23 minutes per game of the 18 games that he played. So not necessarily great stats, but I understand he just got moved maybe 2 years ago, and he's just starting to come into his own. Them try to slowly bleed him into the team. So can't kill about that. Attacking wise, didn't register a goal in the first division and registered 1 assist in the first division for his team. But clearly they saw something in him. They didn't put him on the transfer market. They didn't try to get rid of him or anything, and they got relegated to the second division. That's SNL. I think that's called the Slovenian National League, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's down there in the second division. He's This season he's played 15 games, started 11 of those games, so definitely started majority of the games, playing 63 minutes. Obviously we want to see that go up a little bit more, but you don't know him play up on the wing, he's an attacker, him play through the middle. Those are the players that get substituted the most. So we can't say that unnatural for a player like Shakan Satchell. You're going to get substituted. So that. So far though, he has scored 6 goals out of the 15 games that he's played, and hasn't registered an assist just yet. But people, out of 15 games, score 6 goals. That's not bad. That is not bad for Shakan Satchell. Obviously, we want to see him dominate a little bit more. And a lot of people has been mentioning his name in terms of a player that is doing well out there in the world. And I think he deserves some highlight. Obviously, flying the Jamaican flag high down there. Shakan Satchell, yet to represent Jamaica. I think he will definitely represent Jamaica at some point. But I just don't know if it is going to be this year. Obviously, people, it's a big year for us. It's going to be World Cup qualifiers. It's going to be Gold Cup. It's going to be a lot of big competitions, and I don't think we'll see a lot of new players. But if Shakan Satchell gets introduced into the Reggae Boy setup, I wouldn't necessarily be the most mad at that. You see me? Very talented player, young player. This is the direction that we expect Jamaica to be going in and move away from some of the other players. So that's how me see it, people. Shakan Satchell wouldn't be mad if he gets a call up, but not necessarily calling for his name again. You get me? I say, but doing well this season in his league. I would say a lot of players, we see USL players that get called up, people. You see me? Even though I couldn't find a ranking for the Slovenia National League, the second division in Slovenia, I can't imagine it being much worse than the USL. If worse than the USL at all. You see me? So, we see USL players that get called up. Why not give Shakan Satchell one? We see USL players that get called up. Why not give Junior Flemings a call up? That is a league that is better than the USL. Why not? You know, these are some questions that should be asked, especially players that we know what them can offer. You see me? So instead of calling up some of those Beckford and some Williams and players that are good and do them thing at the USL, really good USL players, why not take a look at some of those players that are grinding out there in the world and not necessarily getting the look in, like a Junior Flemings or like a Shakan Satchell? Again, it's not like these players are going to move the needle for us much or get us over the hump or the line that we want to get over in terms of qualifying for the World Cup, but they can definitely be an option off the bench. A lot of times we see Jamaica in games where we want something off the bench, we need an attacker, we need somebody to create a spark, and it just is the same 12 players playing all the time, it's the same 13 players all the time. If it's not Cephas off the bench, it's Kaim Dixon off the bench, and then we don't have much other than that. We see Jamaica calling a lot of these USL players and just not playing them. So I am of the belief that if these players get a call up, I would be mad. In fact, I'm kind of looking forward to it, but they are not necessarily in one of those leagues and lighting it up where I'm going to be, you know, shouting their names at the top of my lungs. You get me? I say so. There we have it from those two players. The third player that I'm going to talk about in today's episode of Player Radar, give me a sec, people, you know, I think already, is Dexter Lembikisa. People obviously not falling in the bracket as the other two. He's a mainstay in the Jamaican national team. In fact, he's our starting right back. Very, very good player. I just think it's important that we just give him a little bit of highlight and make sure I understand where I go with Dexter Lembikisa. I would have wanted to see Dexter Lembikisa lock down a starting spot in a really good league and playing some good football, because I really believe he has the talent to do it. But I feel like it now settle down for Dexter Lembikisa. You know, it just now calm down. Him now getting a steady stability. That is the word I'm looking for. Him now getting a stability in his club career. You know, he's all over the place. He's going on a lot of loans. I just want to see Kaim Dixon. I want to see Dexter Lembikisa lock down a spot in one of those championship teams, or lock down a spot somewhere and just play some good football, because I really think him have the talent for it. So let's bring it up and see why I keep on saying Kaim Dixon, because the two of them are playing a league one at the moment. But let's see what Dexter Lembikisa is going on with at the moment. Is it with that Dexter Lembikisa? Here we go. So Dexter Lembikisa, another very young player, and Dexter Lembikisa is currently 21 if I'm not mistaken. Obviously people when the page load, the Wi-Fi I move like say now on Wi-Fi, you understand? Again, spot on. Dexter Lembikisa is 21 years old, another young player, another player that will play a lot of games for Jamaica. Currently is at 22 caps. Remember the people, I said Junior Flemings play a lot of games for Jamaica. Junior Flemings have 26 caps. Dexter Lembikisa made his debut just 2 years ago in March of 2023. So March I come, The next window I gonna make 2 years him represent Jamaica. And just I look at his transfer record at the moment. He was at Rotherham when he went on loan from the U21s at Wolverhampton. Well, he's still a Wolverhampton player at the way, by the way, sorry, and that just gives us an idea of how much they value him. They don't want to let him go. People them could have just sell him if they want. They could have just sell him, but they are trying to keep him. They're trying to get the consistency out of him and maybe bring him back into that Wolverhampton team. But it's going to be a tough task. I do think he has the talent to do it, but again, just the consistency and just get a stable footing somewhere. So in 2023, Wolverhampton loaned him out to Rotherham. Then in 2024, he got loaned out to Heart of Midlothian. I think that's in Scotland, if I'm not mistaken. Then he got loaned out again to I'll try, why not? What that? Verdun Sport FC. And then in 2025, just a couple days ago, 9 days ago, he came back to Wolves and got loaned out to Barnsley. So people, it not necessarily that's what I mean. It not settle down for Dexter Lembikisa. He's 21 people, so he could have still there Wolves and are playing at the under 21, but they see more for him. They want him to go out there. They want him to find a team, play some big man football, and then we can see where we can get out of here. Maybe they might try line him up for a move. Maybe they might try line him up for come back into their senior team. But we'll see what they might try. A lot of players are 2021. In fact, this man I get loaned out from like 18. Is he might get loaned out? I send him in a first teams. Go and go play games. You see me? But them cut the loan short. Barnsley is in League One. Obviously, we have a few players in the national team that are playing in League One right now. You see me? Kaim Dixon, Casey Palmer. Not Casey Palmer. Karai Anderson, Dexter Lembikisa, so on and so forth. You see me? So we have a lot of players down there in League One. Playing consistent football. He started just one game so far. He's going to basically play the rest of the games for Barnsley. I'm thinking he can gain some stability here, get some players of the week, score some goals, get some assists, and then obviously bring that form over to the national team, which is what we care about most. But just continue to develop as a young football player. You see me? He's nowhere near his prime yet, and he's so good already, especially for Jamaica. Continue for development. Get some stability in our senior team, get some consistent play in our senior team, and come and replicate the good form for Jamaica. The last player I'm going to talk about is one that is more in the vein of the first two players that I mentioned, the Junior Flemings and the Kaim Dixon. And why am I keep on say Kaim Dixon? People, I'm going to put Kaim Dixon in there. Maybe at the end of this, I'm just going to do a little spiel about Kaim Dixon. Because I keep on mention Kaim Dixon. And Kaim Dixon was not on the list to be mentioned in today's player radar. You see me? Anyways, the last player that I'm going to speak about is Cem Paris. And one of those players that has played for Jamaica before, have a couple of caps, but we just want to see where I'm up to these days. I feel like I'm gonna do a little impromptu into the show. I'm gonna add a few players just come to mind. Obviously, these two players came to mind in this show, but we never quite do the research for them. So I'm just gonna do it while I do the show at the moment. Let me see. So Cem Paris is the one I'm going to speak about right now, and then we'll go from there. You see me? So make us see what I go on with Cem Paris. Why I keep on say Cem Dixon, Maybe true Cem Dixon just get goal of the month, you see me? Can't spell Cem Paris. That's Kribos. Okay. Oscar Cem Dixon just get goal of the month down there in a the competition them are playing. Okay, it's not even League One. Them have the man play down in a with the under 21s, but in a developmental league or some joke thing. I mean, I understand why this man can't get him called up yet. And that's why I'm talking about Cem Dixon saying, because the man deserve not only for being on the Reggae Boys team, but he deserve for play for Charlton Athletic down there in League One. I don't know what they're doing. Cem Dixon definitely have a talent to make that team. You see me? Not even on the bench. They are playing right now, people. They are playing right now, and Cem Dixon is not even on the bench. Come on, man, people. Come on, Charlton, and get it right. Anyways, Cem Paris is currently at Saba FK down there in the Mizli Premier League in Azerbaijan. And this is the first league in Azerbaijan, the Premier League in Azerbaijan. He's 25 years old, not an old player, entering his prime. I'm not quite sure about Cem Paris though. In terms of the reggae boys, I think we've moved past players like these, where we just have a lot of hope for them, but it just not quite work out. Obviously, he was at Dynamo Kiev for a while. Got loaned out. I think he's still a Dynamo Kiev player, but he got loaned out to Azerbaijan. Played 10 games for Jamaica so far, but make us see what going down in the Azerbaijan First League. He's played 13 games so far in Azerbaijan. He's started 8. Make us see what the goals them are. Look, he just scored 1 goal this season and has 1 assist. So not necessarily great stats. Obviously, people, this is a decent league, I know the league from I don't want to say this, but I know this league from Arsenal playing in the Europa League. Teams like Zagreb and them team there. You see me? So let me see what that league rank, because they start talk too highly about the league, and they now go on with nothing. And people see to Azerbaijan they rank 54. It's not good, not great again. League One is still better, just one place better, but League One is still better. And then people, I don't want to see me go up on this website for make reference of how good the league are that the players are playing in, and some people might not like it, but me definitely use it for a reason. I am not here sitting down and watching these players every single week. Yeah, I have some notification on. I mean, we know when they are playing. If they score a goal, we will see it pop up or we see something on social media. But I'm not following all these players in these obscure leagues across Europe or across the Middle East or whatever. I am not. I'm just simply not. You see, I barely want to watch USL. I'm only watch that when me catch it. I barely want to watch MLS. You get me? I say so. Yeah, I love watching ball game, and if it is on, I'm going to watch it. But me not follow the man them across every single game and see how them play. So the only way to understand the quality of the league without necessarily watching it is to look on these websites and see how they rank them against the best leagues in the world. And also you look at how they rank the best leagues in the world, the Premier League, the League and the League, the La Liga, all of those, the MLS, all of them, and then see if that makes sense in your head, and then see if it's credible. No, this is a credible website. What them use for judge the leagues and the teams is the amount of money what the players are make, the amount of sponsorships that the league have, the amount of what more I say now, the spectators in the stadium, so the amount of people that come to the games, the quality of the players in the league, the TV deals with them, have them just use everything, the competitiveness of the league. These are the things that they use to make these lists. You see me? And we all know the Premier League and all of them, the top 5 leagues are going to be the top 5 leagues. But then when it got down, we get a good indication of how good the leagues are when they match them up. You see me? So obviously we know the League One, where we have a few players in there, 53rd. We know USL, they are like 60 or 72 or something like that. You see me? So on the list, USL is really one of the worst ranked leagues on the list. I talk about some crazy leagues in a Europe better than the USL. You see me? And again, they have their specific metric that they use. And me trust the metric because it makes sense in my head. But me I go use this, me I rely upon this a little bit for understand how good the leagues are and which part of the man them they had. If them are dominate, if it makes sense. You see me? So that. Now, the last player I ever talk about, as I said, I just had to do an impromptu one with them. I don't do much research. Actually I go look right now while me I talk. So the last player I'm going to talk about is Lamar Walker. And because I think Lamar Walker and Damion Lowe, they're in the same league, and if they're not in the same league, they're definitely in the same part of the world. I'm going to put Damion Lowe in that. That's how I'm going to do. So let's talk about Lamar Walker for a little bit. Lamar Walker, another one of those players that has represented Jamaica a lot. He's played a lot of games for Jamaica. We had a lot of promise for a player like Lamar Walker when he was younger. And I can't necessarily say that's why you see in Jamaica we do a thing where we hype up the players out of schoolboy football or out of the Premier League, and then instead of waiting for them to go and prove themselves, them go and necessarily work out overseas and we'll find ourselves here. So I say this is actually not true. I'm almost sure Lamar Walker is playing some football down there in the Middle East. You see me? I'm almost sure. Just give me a second, people. I'm almost sure Lamar Walker plays some football in the Middle East. You see me? And sometimes the website is really so hot. with the man them and some of the league them with the in there, you know. People this now work with me now. I go up on transfer market still. But almost sure Lamar Walker. So yeah. Same I playing at the UAE. Same way, isn't me? Whatever. Isn't me? So I know that for a fact. And so he's playing right now at a team called FC Majd or Majd. He joined in August 2024, so last summer. He's played what that? Just one game at present. Them stats in right. I know that for a fact. Them stats in right at all. You see me? So I even have to do some research on Lamar Walker and come back. But I know them stats in right at all. You see me? I know Lamar Walker don't there play some football. Damn. I know Lamar Walker don't there play some football in the Middle East. So I even not go trust that. What I do know? Damion Lowe, and then we kick it off. So Damion Lowe. No, I spell Damion Lowe name wrong, but hey. Oh, it's actually not. So Damion Lowe, my favorite reggae boy at the moment, you know, player I like, play with him hard on him sleeve. 31 years old. Plays something like 50 odd caps, 69 caps for Jamaica. When I get 50 odd from putting respect on the ball and name. I think it's more like 70 or 72 right now. But it be what it be. So Damion Lowe in August of 2024 made a move to Al Dude. Alright, people. I know I just butcher that, but it be what it be. He's down there in the Saudi Pro League. As I said, people, this is like the best league down in that side of the world. He just made a move from Philadelphia Union. Damion Lowe played a whole heap of football 2024-2025. Remember, the USL, the MLS season just done, and him go to a league that is not going to be done any moment now. You see me? So Damion Lowe, let me see what I do for the season. Look at them and the heat map all over the place. Look, like why am I such a red spot in the opponent box? But hey, it be what it be. Damion Lowe played 11 games, started all 11 games, played 86 minutes per game. Yeah, all of the game. No goals yet, but that's not what we judge defenders span. So I don't even know why I'm click the attacking side of things just yet. Defending 2 clean sheets. Not great, but hey, we're gonna look at which part of team there at the moment actually. And remember, look at what people really want to see with Damion Lowe, the cards. So Damion Lowe has received 3 yellow cards and 1 red card so far in 11 games. You see me? So that. No team of the week or anything. Last thing I look at before me run out the show is where is Al Dude at the moment. Somebody tell me how we pronounce the team there. I'm actually not sure. I'm just reading the names and pronouncing it in English, even though these are not English names. Alright, so you can see where I'm going. There's actually 1 place out of the relegation zone and 1 point out of the relegation zone. Not necessarily having a great season. Obviously, Damion Lowe is there to help them change their fortune around. But playing with fire right there. Playing with fire. You see me? So hey, Damion Lowe and company, careful down there. We look at the top players for that team. Damion Lowe is sitting at 3rd in terms of weekly rating. But after that still. Anyways, people, that's so we'll leave it. We never even have shown a while ago. So we come on for the stream. We didn't even get a show now. What I actually did a while ago. But I was on Sofa Score. I show no Damion Lowe stats and everything. You see me? So this is actually not Damion Lowe. I was on his team. And looking at his team stats and his stats. So Damion Lowe played 11, started 11 of 11 games so far. Has had 3 yellow cards, 1 red card, 2 clean sheets, stuff like that. You see me? So are we that, people? This is another episode of Player Radar in the books. I actually like do the show. Yeah, it get me forget an update on the players. Yeah, so another good one. Hopefully we can start giving weekly updates on the players in terms of what they do this week, what they do last week, how much minutes them playing at the game, when they come off, them have a good game, them rating, them heat map, stuff like that. We're gonna look on. International football starts back soon, something like a month time in a March. So looking forward to that. Yeah, are we that people? If you like the video, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to this or that Sports TV, and do one more thing, and that's to share the video to at least 10 people. But give me 6 subscribers, because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, do you know how many subscribers that would get us by the end of the day? But for now, people, this was this or that Sports TV. I gone.